So on this channel, we like to follow the money. Yes. So this is from investing, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in precious metals, crypto, but we also like to understand what are the billionaires doing with their money? What are the multimillionaires, other multimillionaires, centimillionaires doing with their money? What are those that have billions of dollars in hedge funds doing with their money? What strategic investments are being done, right? I like to follow this trail, right? And then I see what crumbs I can pick up in the end. So something that's really notable that I just noticed here. A company called Terra Industries emerges from stealth with 11.75 million to build Africa's first defense technology prime. So we know Africa has about what 1.5 billion dollars in term 1.5 billion people population wise, and basically let me just make sure that I've got this information correct. Africa population 2025. Yes, about 1.55 billion. It's set within the next 20 years, 20 to 30 years to actually grow to 2.2 to 2.5 billion. So it's going to be the most populous continent in the world. It has an average population of about, it has an average age of an African 16 years old. It's just absolutely incredible. So the growth is just insane, right? So with that growth comes obviously defense technology, right? How you can be able to secure your borders, how you can be able to ensure that you're monitoring regarding national security. So this is fine. Critical infrastructure is being built. So this is done by two guys, so founded in 2024 by Nathan Nwaku and 24-year-old Maxwell Maduka. So they essentially designs and manufactures autonomous defense system and help governments and infrastructure operate, monitor, right? And secure, respond to threats across land, air, maritime environments. So if I go down, what's quite interesting, so phenomenal what they're doing, you know, love to see the massive push, and I love to see technology being advanced in Africa because this is where the future is, right? So if you can be able to secure borders, make sure the infrastructure is in place, this is phenomenal. So then we saw that there was actually a raise, yes. So the latest round was led by US venture firm 8VC, founded by Palantir co-founder Joe Lonsdale, right? So Joe Lonsdale is the co-founder of Palantir. Palantir basically is a publicly traded company. They develop data integration analytics platforms, enabling government agencies, militaries, corporations to combine and analyze data. So they basically have more than 3,000 employees, probably more than 4,000 now. Other founders, Peter Thiel. So he's the founder of the PayPal Mafia. He's the individual is a massive donor towards the public Trump, public Trump. So he's heavily ingrained. He's the massive mentor of JD Vance, who's the current vice president of America. So they're intertwined within finance, intertwined within policy direction, intertwined regarding developments from a technology aspect, financial aspect, and so on and so forth. So it's interesting now that what they're doing, Palantir, they seem to be via way of Joe Lonsdale, they're identifying projects that are building infrastructure, so drones and so on and so forth, for defense and in other jurisdictions, and they're basically literally just investing in these projects. This now they actually will become a board. They actually added one of the individuals to the board, so you can see any decision making. The roadmap in terms of strategic direction of this company is essentially going to be geared by Joe Lonsdale, essentially. So yeah, you're probably going to have this company at the forefront, or these individuals, co-founder, but you know, to be honest, who's essentially going to be running the show. So Joe Lonsdale, he basically, which is James Lonsdale, massive fundraiser for Donald Trump. He basically donated, including Elon Musk, he's contributed $1 million to the America PAC through his company. fundraising, public support of Trump's campaign. So they're clearly connected, right? They are doing revenues of billions of dollars a year. Palantir, so doing extremely well. Then I came across this. So basically, Kristi Noem is essentially the Secretary of the US Department of Homeland Security under the leadership of Donald Trump, right? So she mentioned this today, January the 12th. Drones represent the new frontier of American air superiority. Under President Trump, we are entering a new era to defend our air superiority, to protect our borders and the interior of the United States, right? So we're going back to this information which we've been alluding to. With the creation of the DHS Program Executive Office for Unmanned Aircraft Systems and Counter-Unmanned Aircraft Systems, President Trump continues his historic legacy in developing American dominance. This will help us to continue to secure the border and cripple the cartels, protect our infrastructure, and keep Americans safe as they attend festivals. So what we know this year coming up is America's 250th anniversary, birthday, and also FIFA 2026, which is a massive, one of the biggest or the biggest sporting event that occurs every 4 years is taking place in America this year. So you're going to have countries from all over the world will be participating. You're going to have individuals from all over the world that also be participating. So there's going to be an apparent, let's just say, priority to ensure that security is in place. So this is, phenomenal what they're trying to do. So when you connect this in terms of the forefront is drones, right? New frontier, understanding, making sure the border is in place, protection via way of drones. So not on the ground, drones. And then you look at what Palantir is doing, right? And then when you connect the investment that has just happened regarding Terra Industries in Africa, shows you where we're leading to, right? So the reason why I say this from an investment perspective or opportunities, because this is our channel, is if you're looking at projects that may not be even, if you're looking from a venture aspect or startups or even those that are publicly traded companies, always look to see not necessarily what companies like Palantir are doing, but really what the co-founders who have their own funds, right? Venture funds, what are they investing into, right? And understand where this could be moving to. So clearly, Palantir are massive in terms of what they do, their objectives, and the co-founders in fund is investing in Africa, right? Africa is going to be the growth, population growth, understand about average age of an African, understand about the financial literacy, with the literacy rate of an African is also increasing. So you're getting not from a mindset where everyone just thinks from a perspective of charity and help. No, they're now starting to see that they're leading the way. So you need to think about the direction. So this is in terms of asset management, diversification of your portfolio, understanding. Now we can see really this year, last year, there's been an emphasis on security, defense, national security, the potential things that's taking place. So be aware and start looking at opportunities to invest in these type of critical infrastructures. Cybersecurity is going to be massive. Organized crime, terrorism, so counter crime, all this software type leaned, this I believe is going to be the future. So if you like this type of information, please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Thank you.